What's happening? It's your girl Estelle. You are in tune to Singersroom. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. It was more about people were feeling where I was coming from, and I didn't feel crazy, writing these records. So for me, it was very real. Every single song's about something or somebody or some period that I've been through. Back to Love was definitely written for me from a perspective of knowing people that were kind of like, just not loving themselves enough. Having been through relationships, and that in the past I was kind of like in a brand new relationship at the time, and I was kind of like thinking to myself, it would be great if this girl that keeps hollering at my dude would go and find her own situation and get it popping over there, because he doesn't, move on, love yourself a little bit more. That's over. The situation ended for a reason, and it was very frustrating. So I kind of wrote from the perspective of like trying to give her something to sing, and then I ended up going through it too. So I guess, God has a sense of humor. And so that was very real. And it's just about the fact it's talking about breaking up with somebody and moving on. And that's what happens. How do I deal with heartbreaks? I write songs about them and I sing them. No, literally, I do. I'm not one of these girls that wants to sit there and really honestly wallow in it, or, get really teary-eyed every 10 seconds, to the point some of my friends are like, would you just cry today? And I'm like, no, I've got things to do. I'm not that girl at all, and I've never, I think it's not weak, it's just not productive. No, I don't throw pots. I have to buy them, so I try not to break things. I grew up in the hood. When it all fails, I'll cry, but, I'll just get it all out one time with some really good friends, and then maybe go get twisted. My favorite part about it is real, true love. The love that comes when you're equally yoked. The love that comes when you're both about something, when you're both very clear on your own lives, and then you come together. That kind of love, and I've seen examples after examples, is just amazing to watch. It's beautiful to watch. President Obama and Michelle Obama are like one example of that. The support levels, the clarity in who they are as people, and then you see them together and they don't care who's watching. And you can see it in their energy, in their faces. They love each other. No, I'm very much about the girl that's like, look, I did the whole, okay, he's struggling, he's trying to thing, I'm gonna support him. It doesn't work, It honestly in life doesn't work. Your partner, and if you're looking at what should be the progressive point of view on it, like the trying to do better than our parents did point of view on it, we should be looking for somebody that has equally what we have, or is getting, or has the potential and is actually getting equal to what we are. Like not talking about it, not sitting down on the couch playing video games and talking about it, or going to the club with their friends and talking about it, and hanging out with that rapper and talking about it, and they ain't never going to be on the level of that rapper or that artist or that businessman or that, but just hanging with them. Just be on that level with your, with your partner. Like aim for something that is equal to you. I always look for that in a guy. Are you really on my level? Can you go from the boardroom to the bedroom? Like, can you go from the boardroom to the streets? Like, how does this work? Because those are realistic things that we sit there and go, oh, love is amazing. When I know, I'll know. You can know what you like, and when it actually gets into the realities of it, that's when it all falls apart. That's some very real and present. I come from the ground up on a different level that people will never ever know about. Like, I started my own record label when I was 18. I had 2 jobs. I had my own record label and was doing gigs at the same time when I was 18. So for any guy to come up to me and say, I ain't got a job, I guess, you still want to, I have this dream though, I guess. So were you looking for me to facilitate your dream at this point? What do you need? Because I had to make this happen for myself. So I really can't entertain that stuff to me. Know what? You can't really roll up to somebody that does what I do, and does what I do on the levels I do, and say to me, I ain't got a job, but I love you. What does that mean? I guess, would you have a girl roll up on you and be like, I ain't got a job, but I love you? Like, you want your woman to be about something. And to me, I know men's egos and, the way men are raised and boom, boom, boom. But you honestly, in real life, want a woman that's about something. You don't want a woman that's just there, because after a while, that stone around your neck gets heavy to carry, and you start despising, you start, resenting her. You start feeling like, oh, God, I know it's my position, but geez, would she pick up a knife? Would she pick up a fork today? She don't want to help with a grocery bag today. I guess that's your partner in life, you know. It's you and them against the world. So you want somebody that's on your level and about what you're about. So I really honestly cannot do that. Those excuses, those things, and it sounds crazy. And it sounds like she a gold digger. Cool. All right. I guess I have my own money. You know, I don't need none of yours. I want you to have yours.